Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. This is Kim at Uncensored Food. And of course, Miss Roxy is here. Very excited about today's menu. Today I'm going to make a skillet pizza. I'm going to use a cast iron skillet, and I just had a conversation this morning with my sister, Nikki. So I decided to make one of her weird concoctions, because weird is usually pretty good and absolutely works in my fucking world. So I started with a store-bought pizza crust from Trader Joe's, which I'm just gonna let get a little warmer. Oops, the food's reading. Hold on. How is it? Okay, stand by. Well, at least now I know you can answer the phone and still make a movie. This process begins by heating an empty cast iron skillet to about 500 degrees. 450 or 500, as hot as your oven will go. And once it hits temperature, then we're gonna put it all together. Use gloves. While that's heating, I'll just prepare the rest of my ingredients. I'm gonna slice up these tomatoes. I'm gonna chiffonade the basil. I'm gonna use salami and Swiss cheese instead of mozzarella. I'm gonna use Dijon mustard instead of pizza sauce, and be weird. While the skillet is heating in the oven, prepare your pizza dough. You don't roll this out, you just pull it and push it. Get it as circular as possible, make it as thick or as thin as you'd like, and this will be ready to go into that hot pan as soon as it comes out of the oven. That's where we start. You've seen this done 1,000 times. Stands to reason I should be able to do it myself, right? Jury's still out. Oy. 500 degrees has been reached, that pan's going in. But while that's heating up, I suspect it'll take 10 minutes or so to heat all the way through that pan, I'm guessing. But you need a hot bottom. Who doesn't? I think she's pretty happy. There are two ways to use basil on a pizza. One way is to pile them up like this, roll them, and then cut thin strips. This is called chiffonade. For this pizza, I think though, I'm gonna use just broken pieces of basil on there. It'll be thicker, I like that. But since I wanted to show you how to chiffonade, I'll put that on too. And see, that just makes this. All good. I think that pan's ready to come out. Please remember, when you take that out, the pan is fucking hot. So, be very careful with your next steps. Here we go. You hear the sizzle? I do. Now I gotta bring it over so I can show you how to do this. Oh, Lordy. Don't touch the pan itself. But this is going to start cooking the crust on the bottom and getting it nice and crispy. In theory. Okay. That's in there. We got a bit of a side. Watch yourself. The next step is the Dijon mustard. Put that on. I'm going to use this in place of the tomato sauce. But I'm going to like this spicy. By the way, I lowered the oven to 450 degrees. Big deal. But I did. Next goes the Swiss cheese. Just slices. Get that on there any way you want to. Be generous. Because why not? Next goes the tomatoes, which I sliced on the thin side. We gotta have tomatoes somewhere in a pizza. Followed by the chiffonade basil. Followed by chunks of basil. Why? Because I'm a good Italian, that's why. Okay, get that on there any which way you wish. Careful, don't touch it. Followed by the Giardiniera, which has some oil in it, obviously. Followed by the salami, which I kind of folded in a weird way. Put that on there, any which way. Yum, not a calorie to this. Followed by more cheese, much as you want. Now, she's going back into the oven, 450 degrees. And if I played my cards right, the whole thing will come out delicious. But I've never made this before, so we'll see. Okay. Alexa, set the timer for 15 minutes. Then we'll take a look.
15 minutes, starting now.
There you have it. It took 23 minutes for this to cook, and then the last few minutes I turned off the oven and turned on the broiler just to give the top a little more crisp. So I have to wait just a few minutes. Ooh, still sizzling. No, I think it'll come out. Look at that. How about that? It'll go away. To my knowledge, I think that's cooked perfectly. Let's find out, shall we? Right. Stands to reason I did. Ooh, how about that? It's hot. It's cooked all the way through. Who's gonna come and have lunch with me? Roxy? This is Kim at Uncensored Food. Thanks for playing, kids. It's a cold and blustery day, so I'm gonna sit around with Netflix and pizza. Do something nice for somebody else today. That's what I'm gonna do. This goes to the neighbors. See you soon. Bye-bye.